G'day, it's Jamie and welcome to Wangaratta Tigers. Today I'm reading a couple of old newspaper reports about big cat or thylacine or Thylacoleo sightings in Victoria in 1885. So we'll get into it. This first article was published in the Launceston Examiner on Saturday the 13th of June 1885, titled Echoes of Melbourne. Australia, and Victoria in particular, has up to the present time enjoyed the reputation of being free from the presence of indigenous beasts of prey. But if the report is to be believed, we are about to belie our good reputation in this regard. It is reported that a tiger has been seen in the bush in the vicinity of Wangaratta. Not a two-footed one, but a real live specimen of the chief of the feline tribe. Perhaps the fact that the silly season is now on, that the bunyip has long since been played out, and that the weather is too cold and wintry for snake stories may have something to do with the appearance of a singular and unknown animal seen by some state school children and described as being very like, not a whale, but a domestic cat. The end. Okay, so this next article was published in the South Australian Register on Wednesday the 17th of June 1885, titled Victoria. There is a tiger or a panther wandering at large in Victoria. According to the rumour, it has taken the place of the bunyip, whom hundreds have seen but none captured. This tiger is supposed to have had broken loose from a travelling menagerie in the northeastern district. At the beginning, we should like to prove that such an escape ever took place. Perhaps the showmen were afraid to report the fact to the police. At any rate, they did not do so. The first story about the tiger being seen came from the neighbourhood of Wangaratta, 60 miles from the place where he is said to have commenced business on his own account. He was followed, but vanished among the trees. Next we hear of a strange animal, bigger than a St. Bernard's dog, but shorter-legged, having appeared at Lilydale, 25 miles from Melbourne, and at least 150 miles from Wangaratta. Between Lilydale and Wangaratta there is a dividing range, 2,000 feet high in the lowest part, besides several large rivers. And finally, the tiger changed into a panther is reported having been seen within the suburban circle, about 8 miles from the General Post Office. They show you his footprints and point to the carcasses of mangled cows and calves. Casts have been taken of the footprints for examination by scientific men, who pronounce them dog-like, and yet not dog-like, but panther-like, which gives us a nervous turn, for the panther may take to killing children and grown-up people. One tiger will not account for so many apparitions. There must have been a general strike among the menageries and the breaking up of companies. The attractions of the show have been striking for higher wages, or like the Melbourne foundrymen, protest against the new order against smoking. Either 3 tigers are abroad, or there has been much whiskey drinking in the wild parts of Victoria. The end. So this next article was published in the Melbourne Punch on Thursday, the 18th of June, 1885, titled Lions in the Way. A tiger was reported to be at large at Wangaratta, and the state school was ordered to be closed till the monster was destroyed. A panther now turns up at Boroondara, and it is considered unsafe for young children to cross the paddocks on their way to school. If the state schools in the neighbourhood of the panther are to be closed, we imagine we shall hear of lions, boa constrictors and dragons in other parts of the country. Next to a good epidemic of measles, schoolmasters will welcome wild animals as then best friends. Even the dreaded bunyip may be revived. The end. So this next article was published in the Albury Banner and Wodonga Express on Friday the 19th of June, 1885, titled Victorian mems. 2 cows and a horse have been mysteriously killed near Doncaster, and it is supposed that the wild beast said to have escaped from a menagerie near Wangaratta is the guilty party. As to the nature of the culprit, nothing is known with any degree of certainty. It is stated by some that he is a bunyip on the lookout for a faithless mate. Others again assert that he is a rabbit sent down as a deputation to interview the Minister of Lands on the subject of poison chaff, and a correspondent surmises that he is a descendant of the tiger who was turned loose for a run in the Western District because the owner was declined to sell a proprietor of mutton. The owner of the tiger, being unable to buy mutton, could not keep the animal. The end. Okay, so this final article was published in Launceston's Daily Telegraph on Tuesday, the 23rd of June, 1885, titled Miscellaneous. The Lilydale residents in Victoria seem to have become jealous of the Wangaratta Tiger and have started one of their own, this time in the shape of a panther. Shooting parties have kept out and children have been kept in on account of the size of the voracious animal's maw. But none of the shikars have succeeded in getting a shot at him. Casts have been taken of his tracks and submitted to Professor McCoy, but the learned naturalist, to the great humiliation of the Lilydale Braves, declares they are only those of a large dog. The end. Well, this is really interesting. So they're seeing like tigers and panthers everywhere. And I'd love to know whether they're seeing like big cats like African lions or panthers or tigers, or are they seeing thylacines and thylacoleos? But casts have been taken of the footprints and examined by scientific men, they say, and they say that they're dog-like and yet not dog-like but panther-like. And then someone else said the other footprints were like those of a large dog. So it's interesting what the prints actually are. They found the carcasses of mangled calves and cows, and 2 cows and a horse had also been mysteriously killed. But I'd love to know what exactly they are seeing. Okay, that's it for me. I'll get back to you all next time. Bye.